Soooothing is radical. Ooh. Okay, this should be a pretty quick little video about how to factor a radical. Obviously, by a radical, I am talking about a square root symbol. And looking at your sheet, let's do what? 200? That's the first one? Okay, the whole idea is that I can take some perfect squares out of this number. Inside this number are some numbers that can be square rooted, as well as some numbers that can't be. So the way we do this is we split it up into factors. Now, we can do any number times another number that equals 200. So there's more than one way to do this. I always think the easiest way is to just stick with 2's if it's an even number. So I can say 2 times what is 200, and that answer is 100. Okay, now, 2, I can't do anything with. It's a prime number. 100, on the other hand, oh yeah, I can split this up. 2 times what? That was the worst 2. 50, again, we're stuck at a prime number. 50 I can break down into 2 times 25. And 25 I can break down into 5 times 5. Just like 2, 5 is a prime number, meaning that it can only be divided by 1 and itself. So the numbers that we split into 2, we can't use those. So 200 is out. Let's make this bigger. 200 is totally out because we split it to 2 and 100. Now 2 is not out. 2 is fair game. 100 though, no dice. I can't use 100 because I split it into 2 times 50. Again, 2 is fine, 50 is not. 2 is fine, 25 is not, and then those 2 5s are fine. Now, some finishing touches. The way we explained it is that I have my radical. This is my house, and if I want to leave the house, I gotta have a date. This means that I need to have 2 numbers that are the same that are factors of this 200. So just looking real quick, I see that this 2 and this 2, that's 2 numbers. So let's put those 2's out here. Looking right here, I see that this 5 and this 5, that's a pair of numbers. So I can put this 5 right here. Oops. Now, what's left? I got this 2 right here, but there's only the 1 2. And therefore, I got to put my 2 in the house. It doesn't have a date. It's got to stay home, watch Netflix with the cat. That's just the rules of math. Now, one of the biggest questions I get on these problems is, do I add this 2 and this 5? Do I multiply this 2 and 5? What do I do? And the answer is multiply. Everything outside the house here gets multiplied, and everything inside the house here gets multiplied too. In this case, I just have one single 2, so I don't need to multiply anything. But out here, I'm going to go turn that 2 times 5 is 10, and I keep my square root, and inside I get a 2. And that's my final answer. 200, the square root of 200 breaks down to 10 root 2. And that is how you factor radical. Bye.